welcome to UDAYA. My name is Jamila, and today I'm going to be making one of my favorite soups ever, beans and greens. Beans and greens is just simple, hearty, and just like absolutely delicious. So let's get started. My like easy trick for like making meals for my family is really to use pre-cooked beans. So those could be canned, or if they have them frozen, wherever you are, it just makes like kind of throwing things together really simple. So we have a lot of great ingredients, great flavor, and we'll get started. So I'm gonna preheat this pan. Let's see here. Okay, cool. So we'll add some extra virgin olive oil to a pan. So there we go. Just a couple of tablespoons. I'll get my mixing spoon. And to that, let that preheat. To that, we'll add minced onions and some fresh garlic. This is about half a cup of minced onions. So adding that to the pan. And then we will add about 3 cloves of garlic minced. And garlic is really like the main flavor you're getting here. The onion is just the background flavor, but the garlic is really like the biggest flavor punch you're gonna get in beans and greens. So we're gonna just start sauteing those together. And my trick for helping things to saute really quickly and also just to build up those layers of flavor is to definitely kind of season as you go. That's what I like to call it, season as you go. So you guys can hear that sound. It's just amazing, already smelling good. So let me get some salt on that, and that'll help to draw out some liquid and kind of cook things down faster. So we got some fresh Himalayan sea salt. Just crack it fresh right there in the pan. And we don't want to use too much because we are going to use a broth a little bit later, okay? So get that going. That's really, really good. And for this recipe today, I'm definitely kind of showing you guys everything in a pan. We'll show you later how it all kind of comes together in a nice big soup pot, because I know you're probably wondering, she's starting a soup in a pan? That's interesting. So we'll get that going. Next thing to keep getting that flavor going is we're going to add some fresh thyme. And so this is dried thyme that, you know, it's already dried and it's just easy to use. And that's gonna give us some background flavor. So I'm gonna use about 2 big pinchfuls of thyme. That should be somewhere around 2 teaspoons, a little bit over 2 teaspoons of thyme, okay? And that's a really great trick, like when you're sauteing anything, whenever you're adding spices, you wanna add it to your aromatics and your oil, because that helps get the flavor out, and it'll give you more pronounced flavor. And then the last thing that I really love to add is smoked paprika. And smoked paprika, being a vegetarian, gives you that smoky flavor, so it's kind of like adding bacon to a recipe, but not. And you just get that good smoky meaty flavor. So we did about a tablespoon of that, and it's also gonna give the soup broth a great color. So we'll get that going. And as you can see, you know, like you already see that beautiful color from the smoked paprika. The onions have already started cooking down, and the garlic. And the last thing I'm gonna add to this pan is the kale. Now, depending on where you are, you wanna use any type of just kind of like really just kind of hearty greens, right? So kale is good. You know, I live in Atlanta right now, so in the south of Georgia, you know, in the United States, we have collard greens, so that's really good. You can add any one of those to it, and it's just a rough chop. It's all gonna get cooked down, and you just wanna add that to the pan. Okay, so we have about 4 cups of kale, just like rough chop, add to that pan. Just kind of break it up, and you're gonna see that's gonna wilt down really quickly. And I'll just move that out of the way. We'll just get everything kind of piled up. Okay, so let's just Saute those greens down, and you just want to mix it up so you get the kale on the bottom to get some more of that heat, and it'll just wilt down. And pretty much when this kale is done wilting, then we're ready to get all of the soup together in a big soup pot. And you're just really gonna bring the flavors together with the broth because your beans are already cooked. And for this recipe, we're using white cannellini beans. They're creamy white kidney bean. Just like really great flavor. I have made beans and greens with chickpeas in the past. That works really well. You can use like navy bean, that's another white bean. And you see that, so like you've got the bright green color of the kale. And that's pretty much like reduced down, like, you know, definitely half, and it'll keep cooking a little bit more. So that looks really good. So I'm gonna put this to the side and we're gonna get our soup pot. So I'll put that right there. And then we're gonna get a big pot for the soup. So just about, you know, maybe 4 quarts or more is the size of the pot. You don't need it too big. And to that, we're going to add, starting off with about 3 cups of vegetable broth. And so we're adding it to the same heat. This is already, essentially what I did was I took a bouillon cube, you know, boiled some water and dissolved that in there. So it's already hot. And this is definitely a brothy soup, you know, so this is not something that's gonna be like creamy. It's brothy, it's got bite, it's got texture. So we've added the broth, and then we add the creamy beans. And these are our cannellini beans, and you can see they're already cooked. So they were cooked beforehand, but you know, you can definitely just open up a can. I always like to use just like organic beans that are already pre-cooked, and they're really good, super creamy and delicious. So about 3 cups of that goes into our pot, okay? And really you just wanna bring all this to a boil. So I'm gonna turn this heat up high. And then to that, we're going to add our sauteed kale, onions, and garlic, right? That way you guys really get to see what's going on. And then when we ladle the soup into the bowl, you'll really get to see that, okay? Okay, that is so good. Okay. So we'll put this to the side because we're done with this pan. And then now all the magic is happening in here. And really this is just bringing it to a boil, letting it kind of just simmer down a little bit, and we're pretty much done. So the beans are nice and creamy. You've got like really good, you know, greens. So you're getting all those amazing nutrients. You've got all the flavor from the thyme and from the smoked paprika. I'm gonna taste this a little bit. Blow on, and then put it in your hand, and then you can taste. And that lets you know if you need to like adjust the salt. You know, obviously we're cooking for a lot of people, so you can't just put this right in your mouth. And so the only other thing that we need to finish it off is just a squeeze of lemon juice. So it just kind of like brings everything together. And the way I like to do my lemons, I just cut it in half. And of course we have seeds in it, so I just squeeze it right in my hand. And that catches the seeds. And I think for This, just the juice of half a lemon will be really good. Okay. And then we're ready to plate. And I love to serve this soup, just kind of a nice shallow bowl, soup bowl, so you can kind of really see everything. So we're just going to ladle that. Oh my God, look at that color. Isn't that beautiful? And get a little extra broth. Mound a few more beans and greens on top. Oh my God. Plate, because it's just always have to be pretty. You know, when you're presenting stuff for people, you got to make it pretty. And then we're gonna just kind of like serve it with some just really crusty bread. Right here, we just have a nice Tuscan loaf, just to kind of eat with all those juices. You already have it pre-sliced, and we just kind of put that right there. Got a spoon, and we're done. Bon appetit. Thank you.